carrying some baggage there, Scott.
I got some groceries.
Yeah, what'd you get?
Marks and Spencer's finest.
Hates it. Hates it. It's fine. It's cool, right?
Sure.
You hear that one? Made that up on the spot.
Really?
Yeah. All right, quiet on set. Rolling. Camera.
You're definitely not the second.
Quiet on set. Rolling. Action. So yes, I am very, very, very aware that it has been a very long time, but here I am, I'm back, and I'm making a lovely soup that I want to make for the longest time. I can juggle this, actually. Wait, I don't know how to juggle. Oh! So my home village has this lovely French restaurant, and I ordered a French onion soup from there one time. And you know, I've never had a French onion soup that matches the quality that they produced in that soup. So I'm gonna make a soup. A French onion soup, if you will. And I'm not just doing a French onion soup, you see. I'm also doing a French onion soup gratinée, which I believe is basically when you have a French onion soup, but it has like the cheese and the bread on top, so it's gonna be like a really, really nice, wholesome meal, especially when I'm not feeling well. So this is gonna be perfect for everyone involved. And I've decided that I really wanna take 2025 by storm. So my goal, whether I'm gonna hit it or not, probably not gonna hit it, is to try and do a video cooking, cat related, every single Sunday. Again, 1 out of 1, hopefully with this one uploaded on Sunday, I'll be able to hit that goal, but we shall see. So I have been to the supermarket, so I have got a ridiculously large amount of onions, some of which are bruised for unknown reasons. I've got a lovely crusty baguette, which I'll use for the like sort of croutons that we'll put on top. We've got garlic, beef stock, because I'm not going to do my own stock because it'll take so much time, Worcester sauce, got some flour over here, and then some leaves that are totally bay. So the absolute first thing you want to do here is just throw away everything that you don't need. And basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to chop every single one of the onions. This might take a while and it might be a bit boring, so I'm going to prop up the camera and just see what kind of jokes I come up with as I'm, you know, cooking away. And I remember the last time I did a cooking video of some description, apparently my onion cutting technique wasn't up to standard, and by standards I mean Joel Smallerbeans thought that my onion cutting wasn't good enough for him. He said he was going to teach me at some point on how to do onions, but he hasn't done that yet, so I decided to also make a little like slops bowl as well, just on the side, so I can just have everything just able to be thrown away immediately. Look at that. Amazing. And I think in every single cooking video that I've done so far, I've managed to cut myself at various intervals. So, you know, fingers are indeed crossed. Actually, no, that will increase your chances of getting cut. Fingers aren't crossed, ignore that. We're just gonna go for it and see what happens. I can also already feel myself like crying, so that's fun as well. So I'm just gonna show you what it's like to be me right now. So I am crying like a ridiculous amount. Like I'm so upset. These onions are making me really sad. Oh, I actually can't open my eyes. I have to do this eyes closed. What could possibly go wrong? Tears add a good sort of flavor to the soup because, you know, they're salty. So that could kind of help actually give it sort of nice depth of flavor. I can't see, like my eyes are so watery. So yeah, I haven't really been doing too much YouTube recently, mostly because like I've just been really busy with, you know, my PhD and traveling and, you know, going home for Christmas and things like that. Just hasn't given me the chance to, you know, sit down properly and get back to cooking and doing videos, because it also takes a lot of effort to do editing and things. So, you know, I'm hoping that I can organise my schedule a bit more. That's my goal for 2025, is to try and be a bit more productive and try to cry less. Oh my god, this is awful. But yeah, what I have been doing is I have been streaming over on Twitch in the evenings so that I can sort of decompress after working throughout the day. And that's been good fun because I can just sort of log on and just do it whenever I want to. And I would play games anyway because that's sort of what I do for, you know, chilling in the evenings and things. So it's just kind of nice to be connecting with people and learning all sorts of new skills. I can already tell someone in the comments is just going to try and roast my culinary skills. You hear that? It's the onion sound. Over Christmas, I went up to my family home up in the northeast of England, and everyone was very, very ill. Luckily, I've managed to get ill twice because I not only got ill from that, but I also got ill a second time. I don't even know where. I don't even know how it happened, but it sort of just carried on into 2025. So I've really started the year strong. God, these onions are saying all sorts of horrible things to me. I think that's why I'm crying. Became a YouTube partner, that was pretty cool. So I think this is actually the first video because I haven't uploaded in so long. Became a YouTube partner like a number of months ago, which is pretty cool. But I haven't posted anything since that. So this is actually the first video that I'm posting since I became a YouTube partner. So thank you very much for those who watched. So over here we have my colossal amounts of onions. Like there is so, it's actually really heavy, all these onions. There's so many in there. What we're gonna do now is we're going to, first of all, grab my glasses so I can see again. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna chuck in some oil and butter into the pot, and then I'm gonna basically just chuck all the onions in and let those all simmer and get all like stringy and overcooked and everything and browned off until they taste amazing and beautiful, and then we'll add in all the rest and make our soup. So it should be good. So first step, oil in the pan, just a little bit, because I want to increase the melting temperature of butter, because if you throw it in and the butter burns a lot easier. But if you put in the oil, then it sort of increases the temperature at which butter will burn. Wait, is that right? I don't know, whatever. What I've done there is I basically just chucked in like an unseemly amount of butter into the pot. And at this point in proceedings, you want to take your ridiculous bowl of onion skins and just, you know, throw it away. You see, what I want from this whole experience is for just this kitchen to just smell like, you know, Paris, you know, a kitchen in Paris. I've just closed the door as well, so we're gonna be uninterrupted. Right, so our butter is all frothing away beautifully. It's literally just like a coating of butter. There's so much butter involved in this right now. And what you're gonna do next is you're gonna take your claw and literally just onion. Oh my god, there's so many onions. This pot doesn't even fit all these. Oh my god, how am I gonna fry all these off? It's all going wrong. You could say I'm losing my onions. Right? Cut. Right, so I'm going to take my spatula now, and I'm just literally going to just like cook these for the longest time. This is going to take such a long time. I would have liked a bigger pot, but this is unfortunately the biggest pot that there is in this house. You know, part of cooking, the beautiful part of cooking is working with what you've got. And this is what I've got, and that's beautiful, you know? One of the key components of the soup is also having like cognac or like brandy or something. When I went to the shop, I forgot to bring my ID, so... yeah, low and slow. Right, so in the meantime, there's not actually a lot you can do because there's not actually anything else really to prep. I'm just gonna like cut here and then, you know, magically, as if by magic, the onions are gonna be nearly done. So the onions are starting to brown off really nicely, as you can see there. Really, really happy with it so far. I love that like half of this video is probably just literally gonna be me cooking onions, and then the rest of it's like throwing in the last bits of it. Hey ho. Onions have been going for about 50 odd minutes or so. They're very browned off now and very caramelized with all the butter and salt and garlic. So what we're going to do now is we haven't actually done our own sort of beef stock or anything, because usually what you do if you get like leftover trimmings of beef and like bone marrow and things, and you'd maybe like cook them all down and then simmer them off with some vegetables and things to make a really nice stock. But we don't have the time or the effort for that, and neither do you, the viewer. So what I've got instead is just some beef stock cubes, which will do the trick. So what we're going to do is we're going to boil a kettle of water and mix it in with a couple of these bad boys, and then mix it in with all of this, add in the Worcestershire sauce and some flour if we want to thicken it up a little bit, so we'll see. It's coming along nicely. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but Scott is shouting because he's Twitch streaming, so fun. Right here we have around about 500 milliliters of beef stock, which we're going to add to the onion mixture. And this will all just now sort of simmer away. We're also going to add some Worcestershire sauce. I'm terrible at pronouncing that name, but that. And sadly, while we didn't have any cognac or brandy from the supermarket, and that's what you would usually use because it's quite a rich sort of bold flavour, we've instead got some red wine, which is a bottle that I believe we might have used for the ratatouille, to be honest. But it'll still be good, and we're going to add a splash of that into the mix. And that will just sort of take it to a whole new level. And the other thing that we're going to do is add some herbs and things into it too. I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves into it. So I'll probably just add 2 of those, which we'll scoop out later. And seeing as this is just sort of the budget, do it at home, sort of chill version of French onion soup gratine, we've also got just some mixed herbs that we're going to throw in, which will give it some nice sort of French spice as well. Not spice, herb. And now we're also just going to season it nice and good with lots of salt and lots of pepper. Look at all that salt. We're also just going to add in a little splash of balsamic vinegar just to give it that extra bit of depth and richness to it. This will only be a very small splash. That was probably a bit too much, but it's okay. It's fine. So yeah, the soup has all come together very nicely. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to put the cover on the soup and just sort of let it do its thing for a while. So it can all mix and blend together. Just leave it on like that for quite a while, just to let the onions also just caramelize even more, if that's even possible. Probably not now that there's all this liquid in there. But we're going to do that. We're going to clean up all of this nonsense that we've got over here, and then we're going to go and eat it. And I've done a beautiful job of cleaning up everything, so now we're just going to let that thing do its thing, and we're going to go do our thing. And by that I mean probably just sit down and watch TV and maybe pat L something, I don't know. Anyway, see you in a bit. It's now time to chill out and watch Twitch and, you know, League. Yes, exceptional. And now, many hours later, I have got it going. Scott is done streaming, so I have now toasted the little crouton sort of toast bits that I'm going to have. I'm going to then put the soup into the heart-shaped ramekins, and then I'm going to grate the Gruyere cheese and whack it in the oven just for a few minutes, just to let it sort of bubble and melt all on in the onion soup. So, very exciting stuff. Nearly done. How are you excited? Are you just meowing at me? Who are you what are you... What? What? Hi! Meow. Meow. Alright, so now I am de-lidding the pot. Smells absolutely incredible, by the way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put all that oniony, red winey, loveliness, garlicky, the saltiness, all in here. Then there's obviously the room for seconds and things as well. So now that we've got these two pots, we'll pop these on top and these on top, sort of resting on the side, and then we're going to make a huge mess. We're going to get our Gruyere cheese. So there we go. So now we're just going to whack it into the oven. And that is them all done. And the final flourish is doing some chives. So I am literally just going to sprinkle some chives on the top. Like that. Done. Perfect. And this is it served with some bread. So now the final thing to do is just a quick little taste. It's probably going to be very, very hot. So I'm only going to take a little bit because I'm going to take it through and eat it in the lounge. All alone from you guys. Alright, ready? That is the best thing that I've made. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Yep, absolutely love this. I think it's gone really, really well. So it is now the next day. That soup was genuinely the best thing that I have made, and I am absolutely delighted as to how it turned out. I made sure to have some later, and yeah, absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much for watching. First of all, I'm glad to be sort of back on the YouTube scene. You know, I want to do a lot more YouTube videos, but obviously it takes a lot of time and it's hard to fit into my schedule, but I'm making the plan, and the initial commitment, whether it'll come through or not, is you know, up there, and we will see. But I'm hoping to upload a video every Sunday this year, and that is my goal. And whether the video quality is rubbish or not, I don't care, because I'm enjoying doing my cooking videos and I'm enjoying doing like cat videos as well. So with that in mind, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, then please do consider subscribing and liking the video, because it does help a lot. And until next week, I will see you then. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday, guys, and yeah, thank you very much for watching.